Hi everybody, HCGChica. How are y'all doing? I wanted to just check in and say I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little better energy-wise. I think I might have just had some accidental gluten or something. I think that stuff really affects my Hashimoto's. I really didn't realize how much it affects me, but I think it really does. So it seems like if I avoid that, and also too much carbs, even if they're healthy carbs, in the form of, fruit or peas or, vegetables, even, you would think like brown rice or beans would be fairly healthy, but if I have too much in one sitting, I just feel really lethargic. So, but, I'm learning as I go, what I can do, and thankfully in general I feel good enough now that it's easier for me to make educated decisions and not follow my cravings, because I don't have those cravings anymore, and I have found so many substitutes. So anyway, I just did want to share that that in general I feel great, but yeah, too much carbs or any gluten really affects me. So yeah, so I'm feeling good again, and yeah, I'll still be doing around sometime this fall. Probably not before then. I'm still doing really good, maintaining well. It's actually exciting for me to eat what I eat every day, and to get up the next morning and get on the scale and be pretty much the same weight. To me, it's really exciting to do that. It's like practice for just living that healthy, normal life, because, we're not going to all be on HCG forever. So it just really builds your confidence in that respect. Yeah, so the other thing I want to do a little research on is remember how in one of my vlogs I talked about how the amount of muscle I lost versus fat through my hydrostatic body fat test, and it seemed like my levels of muscle loss were a lot higher than most people that have done it on HCG. It seems like in general, people when they do HCG, they lose very little muscle. And I was just trying to figure out why I was different. Just because I know, the heavier you are, the more muscle you will lose at first, but I'm not actually... I guess I definitely did have excess weight and still do, but I am not actually super heavy. I didn't start out super heavy. I mean, at most I was 50 pounds overweight at the most. So it's not like I had 100 pounds to lose, or 150, and yet I still lost a good amount of muscle. So but it's interesting, I'm probably one of the only people around who takes T3, which is active thyroid hormone, because of my thyroid issue. And most people that have thyroid issues don't take what I take. They take something else. So I happened to do a little research on that, and apparently people who do steroids, they some of them include taking T3 as part of their stacking, and part of their, when they're doing their different whatever cutting phases or building phases, stuff like that. So it's very interesting, even though I don't do any steroids or anything, but actually these guys, they really do know a lot. They're very educated about some of these different things, and so I've been reading it, because one of the things that they said is that taking T3 can cause them to lose more muscle than normal on a cutting phase. I think a cutting phase is when they're, I guess, maybe trying to lose weight or lose fat. And then they have building phases or something. Anyway, so I just thought that was very interesting, because I'm like, wait a minute, so T3 makes you lose more muscle than usual. Now, these men are taking T3 in addition to their normal thyroid function. Now, I mean, I don't have normal thyroid function, so the T3 that I take just replaces what my body doesn't make. So, granted, I'm not taking excess T3. They are taking excess T3 to bump up their metabolism and bump up their resting temperature rate. So, but I'm still continuing to do research on that. Because I need to know. I need to know if that, because I take a pretty high dose of T3 compared to most people that are on it, and few people are even on it. So I just feel like I'm in this part of a world that there's no one else really there. So I kind of just treading new waters and trying to figure out, yeah, how things could be affecting what. And so, because I want to figure out if the amount of T3 I'm on contributed to me losing more muscle or not. I don't know if that's the case yet, but if it is, you know, I want to possibly find a way to get off of it for my next round, which that's very scary for me because I mean, that would be definitely something I would have to do gradually. You can't just get off of active thyroid hormone because my body is not making much in response to the fact that I'm taking some. So my body's like, well, you already have it. I don't need to make it. And it's not going to just instantly start making a bunch overnight. Plus, I don't know how much my thyroid can even make. So I don't want to like just be passed out on the couch because I stopped taking my stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm researching right now. It's very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting. At first, I actually researched it because I was trying to see if my T3 actually aided my weight loss. And I know that it's aiding my can't talk. I know that it's aiding my maintenance for sure. There have been days that I wasn't feeling too well and feeling tired, and my weight was maybe up just a teeny bit. And whenever I up my dose of thyroid, my weight is always down the next morning, always, no matter how much I ate. So basically, T3 is basically what makes your metabolism. And the more you take, the higher your temperature is going to be. Like if you take your temperature under your arm or in your tongue, like your normal temperature is supposed to be between 97.8 to 98.2 under your arm. Under your armpit. That's where your temperature is supposed to be. I still have never managed to get my temperature up to normal yet. Even as high a dose I am on of thyroid, I've still been like 96.5, really low, which means your metabolism is not very good. But the more T3 you take, the more your temperature goes up, and the more your metabolism speeds up, and that burns calories. So these, you know, anabolic steroid guys, I'm not endorsing that at all. They have some good information on one of the medications I take for my thyroid. But they actually take extra and they boost their temperature up to like 99 degrees or something like that. And I guess that means that they're basically making their bodies a little bit hyperthyroid, and they take I guess they take other steroids to combat the muscle loss so that they won't lose muscle. But obviously I can't do that. That's not something I'm going to do. So I just need to figure that out. Very, very interesting stuff. So that's just another thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scared to try getting off of it. I don't even know if I would lose as good, but I definitely, prefer to lose fat. All fat would be great. Especially since for this second round, I'll be getting down close to goal. I don't want to have trouble maintaining. That is probably my biggest concern and why I'm waiting. The biggest reason I'm waiting to do my second round is to make sure that at the end of it, I'm able to maintain it, because that's all that matters. And right now I'm like sitting pretty at my weight. I'm sitting pretty. It's so easy, and I want to make sure it's that way next time. So that's all. I just wanted to kind of share that in case there's anything that you guys might want to research on that, if any of you have a thyroid thing. I hate to be like sounding like I'm obsessed with thyroid stuff, but I kind of am, since, I have an issue with that, and I don't want to bore you guys, but I just, there's a lot of stuff out there for people who do have thyroid things that there's a lot of research they could do, and some of the things I mentioned, you might be able to take some of those keywords like T3 or the medication of T3 is actually, it's called Cytomel, and you might be able to get some good information on that. But that's it. So this is a long vlog. I so want to be like Wild Wyoming. It's like somehow you get your whole story in there, even if there's like major things going on, and still your vlog's only like 3 minutes. I don't know how you do it. I want to be like that. I'm so long-winded. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll check in soon.